time to stock up on sandwich bread. So I'm gonna do a double batch, but I'm gonna quick run off the ingredients list for you guys. So you could do one batch, and if you want, you can double it. That was a toaster in the background. So sandwich loaf bread calls for 150 grams of active starter, 300 grams of warm water, which I've already weighed out here, 25 grams of honey, 20 grams of olive oil, 10 grams of salt, 500 grams of bread flour. So let's go. I'm doubling. All right, so I'm doing 300 of Esther. Here's our active starter ready to go. She's ready. I had her in the fridge for a couple days eating slowly, and then I just warmed her up with the light on in the oven for the last 2 hours in my fridge, and she's ready to go. So we're gonna do 300 grams of stata. Now I've got an appointment, and this requires a half an hour rest, stretch and fold, and then a half an hour rest, coil folds, and then sits till it's double in size. I might have to push the second coil fold. Lots of stata. Oh my goodness, one more. Perfect. All right, that's how much we've got left. We're gonna go ahead and add the honey and the olive oil. I'm gonna zero out the scale. So you would do on a single batch 25 grams. I'm gonna do 50. Perfect, on the dot. Zero it out. Hopefully I have enough olive oil. 40 grams. Oh yeah, I should be good. I don't want to go over. It's not something you can really, I mean, you can take it out with a spoon. I've had to do it. I don't like it though. I don't want more mess than needed. Okay, 40 grams. Remember, I'm doing a double batch. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a good mix up. Come back when we're ready to put it into the mixer. Just get my whisk here. We are all stirred up here, nice and combined. We're gonna put it on our scale because we gotta put a bunch of flour in here. So 1,000 because I'm doing a double batch. Hopefully the mixer can handle this. We're gonna find out. For those of you asking that are new here, I am in Ontario in Canada, and Robin Hood bread flour is what I've been using since I started my sourdough journey. I may experiment with something else in the future, but right now that's what I'm using. We are going to also add 20 grams of salt. Again, that's double. Split that in half for one. Perfect. Himalayan salt is what I'm using as well. So we're gonna put this on our handy dandy mixer. You do not have to use a mixer if you don't have it. This was gifted to me. I was mixing bread without the mixer prior to this. So I'm just kind of turning up the speed a little bit to try and help it whip together that extra, but I don't want it to poof on me, so. Slow it down for a second, push it all in. I'll be back when we're all combined, okay? It's all combined, it's quite wet. Sandwich dough is of a higher hydration and stickier because we've got the honey and the sugar there. We've got the oil, so but that's what makes it so light and fluffy, right? So I'm just gonna try and scoop the majority of this out. Okay. Got another bowl here, and we're gonna scrape this. This is heavy. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. A lot of dough. Good job, girl. She was working hard to mix that. Okay, I'm just getting all the last bits out here. I am just mixing. It's already fully incorporated, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of bring it together, because you can see that it's tightening up because the mixer does a lot of gluten building, and that's why I like using it now that I have the ability to do so. I'm not seeing any spots as I'm kind of moving through it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it for half an hour, and we'll come back and we'll do some stretch and folds. Okay, it's time to do some stretch and folds here on the sandwich loaf. Oh yeah, it's tightening up quickly already. You just keep doing this until it pulls together, like it starts to get tight and it doesn't want to be played with anymore. When that happens, you stop. I always go by the dough, like for everything, not necessarily time frames. Let the dough tell you what's going on. That's how you're going to get your best results. Okay. She's done. She doesn't want to be touched. So I'm going to just keep this here. And we're going to come back in another half an hour, and we're going to do coil folds, and then we're going to let it sit till it doubles in size. I got shit to do this afternoon, so I'm going to use... after the coil fold, instead of using my stove with the light on, I'm going to use my countertop. The house is chillier today. So we'll see how long it takes for that to happen. But yeah, see you in half an hour. All right, y'all. It's been another half an hour, and it is time to do coil folds. I've got my hands wet. So for coil folds, you're going to go in the center, and you're just going to kind of pick up the dough and let it fall on itself. And you're going to do it on this side, and you're going to pick up the dough and let it fall on itself. Pick up the dough and let it fall. See how it's coming together? Maybe one more. Okay. Now we wait. We let it sit till it's double in size. It's already like holding together so well. So I actually might have enough time today, so I'm gonna put it in the oven with the light on to do my proofing, because I do have a couple hours, and then I can shape it and cold proof it while I go to my appointment later. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll see you back when we're double in size. So it's been a couple hours, and to me, this is double in size. She's pulling away beautifully from the sides, so we're gonna go ahead and start shaping, and then I'm gonna cold proof these until I'm ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of flour on top, a little bit on my surface here. I'm actually gonna flour my bannetons because I'm gonna, like I said, leave them in there for a little bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let this come out. Beautiful. Come on. Good girl. Look at that. All right. So we need to split this down the middle. Okie doke. Now, what I'm going to do, put a little bit more flour down on this side. Not much. I want to kind of get it in a roll I'm just gonna do a little bit here and a little bit there. And when I roll it, oh, I'm kind of off the screen. When I roll it this way, I'm gonna kind of push it out like a log as I'm all right, we got a log. I'm gonna pinch the butts together. A little bit sticky because I got that cut part on my hand, like where I cut the dough. But this is gonna do what we want it to do. I'm gonna pinch the ends again. Now that it's in here, they're kind of showing me a few more spots. I'm gonna cover this and put it in the fridge to cold proof for the day because I gotta go. Here's one. Spread it out. I'm just gonna kind of fold it in a little bit. It's already so airy. Use your scraper to help you. You always can. This is kind of messy, I'll be honest with you, but I don't really care. Because it doesn't have to be that serious. I say that all the time, right? Squishing, sorry, my hair's on my face. Squishing this all together. Got dough on my hands, but all right. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Sorry if I'm off camera. We're not even, I've gotten in my own world over here. Okay, so we're gonna cover these, like I said, put them in the fridge to cold proof, and I'll be back when it's baking time. All right, y'all, I've got the oven preheated, and we're getting ready to do our sandwich loaves. So we're doing 425 on the oven. We're gonna do 20 minutes with the lid on, and then about 10 minutes with the lid off. I don't need it now that I've changed, but old habits die hard. Putting rice in the bottom just in case if we get a little too dark, the rice takes the heat. Okay, then I'm gonna do a little bit of parchment paper. Just a little bit here. Okay. We've got our beautiful dough. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and that's looking wonderful. Okay. And then we're gonna do this one. Number 2. All right. Oh, there's a little bit of seed. Okay. Don't know where that came from, but besides the point, here are our loaves. We're going to score them. It's gonna go just some diagonal cuts here. Just like so. Do one more down here. There we go. Another one. This one's a little bit poofier. It's a poofy. Poof. Okay. We're gonna put the lid on these, 425, 20 minutes. I'll bring you back when we're at that point. All right, y'all, this is the 20-minute mark. Now, I couldn't do it, these lids off with one hand, but I'm gonna do another 10 minutes, and I actually might even do 15. We will see, but we're gonna take it out when it's all ready to go. That's what she looks like. Yay. So I did it for 15 instead of 10, and I'm glad I did. It really got it nice and crispy, but that was the pusher. Like, I couldn't go any further than that. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And the second one. Perfect. We're gonna let them cool down, and we will cut into one to try it and show you what it's all about. They turned out excellent. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have cooled down enough. Adam wants a slice, so we're gonna cut into it. I'm gonna cut off just the end here. If you want it crispier, you can put it right on the rack for a couple of minutes longer out of the pan. All right, honey. Oh, it's looking fluffy. So that's our bread. It's actually kind of thick. Usually I do it thinner form, but it smells so good. What, you don't think it's too thick? You're like, no, that's a good piece. Look at that. Good shit. That was a good one. Satisfying, squishing from the side. All right, if you want to make a sandwich loaf at home, I make this one regularly. It's always a hit. So I'm sure it's gonna work out for you. Let me know if you try it.